and then a girlfriend. That is a dangerous part. There was a time somebody came and they said that he was cohabiting with somebody and the woman died, and they said he should go and marry the corpse. And he brought this before, he should go and marry the corpse. I mean, so at that time, you have taken that power and authority from me. There's nothing that we can do. All we can do is to call people and say, oh, we beg. We beg. So if you beg and you don't, okay. So once that opportunity is there, please, you know what you're doing. You go through the dating, you go through the courtship. I mean, it shouldn't take you so much time. If you need advice, if you need counsel, if you need guidance, there's a place that you can get them. So go get that counsel, go get that advice, and make that choice of moving on. If it will not work because of what you see and what you don't like, back out. Don't stay because of fear, of ridicule, of what people will say, and so you are going to still follow that person for 8 years. I mean, how? Yeah. Yeah. So, that kind of fear that is stopping us from moving in making that right choices. If that is there, please seek counsel. Seek counsel. If you don't know how to overcome it, it is important that you seek counsel and you seek guidance from those. I mean, you know the people, you know your bishops, you know your pastors, that you trust, and that can help you to do that. So please seek that help and move on. Do not let that fear of moving on keep you down and not doing anything. Brothers and sisters, in conclusion, let me say that you have inborn abilities because you are the sons and daughters of God. He who is on high, he who created you, knows who you are. Do not accept a description of who you are from someone else, but from the Lord. How that the Lord sees you? How does he see you? That is a very important part that you need to know. Once you know how he sees you, you know your worth. And so you know how to forge ahead. And I know as you seek guidance and counseling in making these steps, the fear will go away and you can overcome it. Share this with you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
So, see that can you hear the tune? Can you hear the beat? So we are going to do something. Those of you who are in Vogue or who know trends, I know you can follow me. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8. 8. 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am wrong. Oh my God, I failed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was set to flex my muscles to show that I actually know the trend. Do you remember this trend? It came about 3-4 months ago, and we hopped on it as though our lives depended on that. Do we remember? Do you remember other trends too? Sing-a-thon and the rest? Do you remember them? Or you've forgotten? Do you remember some of them? So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 12 months in a whole year, and a lot of things have gone on. So many things have happened. Some forgotten, some remembered. So, I want you to sit back, relax. Let's have flashes of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, For those that you remember, those that you have forgotten, we are going to have a wonderful presentation by our sister Rebecca Esiedu. Oh, let's give it up to her.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to Ready to Pair 2024. And as our MC said, I'm here to take you through the flashes of the year 2024. So for those who have already been here, I know that you don't know what flashes of the year is, or you've never seen flashes of the year before. But flashes of the year is actually a new session that has been introduced as part of the Ready to Pair package. So I want you to sit down, relax, and enjoy. Starting from the month of January. Please, if you are here and you wrote some resolutions during the beginning of this year, let me see your hands. Hey, I'm seeing a lot of we no go grieve for this year here. I said, whatever happens, we are in for it. Okay, and please, if you know that you're able to take all your boxes, let me see your hands. Hey, wow. Yes, and so during the beginning of this year, we had a lot of new year, new me, new year, new goals. But I know that right now, most of them make beans. Please, please, next year, God willing, when you are doing our flashes of the year, and I ask again, I want to see more hands up. Yes, telling us that they were able to discipline themselves and also meet their set targets and goals. You can't come to Ready to Pair, listen to Chief Servant Prince Obi on setting goals, then you come and tell us that you couldn't meet your target. Oh, you can't do that. Please, to the next. "2024. Sepro. Hey, I'm not hearing you. Sepro. Sepro. Yes, so 2024 was an eyesore because 2024 was an election year, or 2024 is an election year for Ghana. And as part of the many campaigns and manifestos and the policies that came out, the one which actually stood out for us was the 24-hour economy, which was presented by the former president and now the president-elect John Dramani Mahama. I know that there were lots of opposition against this, but at last we know who won, right? Yeah, so to the month of February. To the month of, oh, okay. Lastly, oh, I can see the disappointment in our eyes, yes. Black Stars of Ghana failed to qualify. Yes, and they were kicked out of the group stages after losing all 3 games. Like, Ghana Black Stars really broke our hearts. But in February, Rendolf and Friends decided to also bring you some more things on love. Yes, so we brought up Intricacies of Love, which is our annual virtual Valentine's Day program. And it was under the theme, When Hearts Collide. Please, how many of us were able to join? Okay, so those of you who couldn't join your Valentine's Day, what did you do? Because I know that most of you, your boyfriend did not take you out. Come and do virtual hangout. You decided not to do it. I'm so sorry, please. When our rebranded team decide to bring any Valentine's Day program, please try and join. Then we got a breaking news stating that UK's King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. It is reported that he was diagnosed with he's been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and he's still on treatment, even up to next year. So please, we can remind him in our prayers. At least. Yes, yes. Also in February. Hey, yes. Please, somebody of us remember the Cote d'Ivoire songs. Yeah. Yes. So Ivory Coast won against Nigeria during the 2023 AFCON. Frankly, the Ghanaians were ready to throw Nigeria. So when it happened, it was as if we were the winners of this AFCON. Please, next to the month of March, our Ghana month. Now, the people of Eastern region were so much delighted when the 67th Independence Day was commemorated in the Koforidua Youth Resource Center. This is actually the first of its kind. Usually, we all know that it's been happening in Accra some time ago. It happened in Kumasi, Cape Coast, and now Koforidua also got theirs. Yes, and it was under the theme, Our Democracy, Our Pride. To the next trending topic. It's a video. Oh, isn't she lovely? Yes. Oh, so the whole world got shaking when the news of gospel sensation Moses Blaze and our very own Barrister Mary Wiseborn, now Barrister Mary Blaze, marriages broke out in the internet. And actually, this wedding was the talk of the town, from their proposal to the songs released for the wedding, even to the dance challenges. And they also had lots of controversies after the ceremony, but in all, we all saw a glorious wedding. And we say kudos to them. To the next trend. Hey, how many of us will be doing something in 2025? We can't wait. April, yes, our hearts were broken when the death of Kofi Osudianto, also known as Koda, was released to we the Ghanaians and the world at large. Kofi Osudianto Koda was a songwriter and a gospel musician whose songs usually focus on Jesus Christ and his salvation. He really impacted lots of us, and it is reported that he suffered a kidney failure, which evolved as a result of medical negligence. This is because he was given wrong medication to a person with G6PD, and that really affected him. The other one. Yes. Rendolf and friends brought up their annual male conference dubbed Vector Conference under the theme Men of Deep Conviction. Please, if you're a guy and you're able to join, let me see your hands. Oh yes, it was led by our very own Rendolf Bamfo Apa, and I know that the guys who were able to join, like, their life has never remained the same. So if you know that your life is still the same, next year join. Next year join. Yes. Then to the month of May. As we all can see, Ghana was shaking with this electrifying gospel music dubbed or titled Defe Defe. Please, who can rap? Who can rap the rap for me? Please, who can rap? I'm starting this Ejo Nyame. I'm listening. No. Ejo nyame. Semeshawa. Yes, yes. We really enjoyed Defe, and this also served as an unveiling of Timiternity Ghana. Timiternity Ghana has been there for quite some years now, but through Defe, the whole world got to know Timiternity Ghana, and we hope that Defe wins the popular song of the year in our next TGMA to the month of June. TGMA at 25. So the Ghana Music Award was hosted by Telecel Ghana, and this year was their 25th anniversary. We saw lots of electrifying performances by Efia Nocturnal, Kwame Eugene, the Terminator hitmaker Kim Promise, and also One God Stoneboy, and Nasi, who also used his platform to pay tribute to Koda. Since it was the 25th anniversary, they also celebrated the legend Amachi Dede. And we saw Wanga Stoneboy sweep 5 awards, which includes the Artist of the Year award. Now, right after TGMA, Timiternity Ghana got sued by a man called Kwame Miki. Now, Kwame Miki is the original producer of Menche Nyame Anankobo Nsema Defe. Menche Nyame Anankobo Nsema Defe. And so he claimed that Eternity Ghana took his original lyrics without his consent. But later he came to disclose that their dispute has been settled, and now Eternity Ghana has the right to use the lyrics in their songs. Then our dear ladies also had their personal conference under the theme The Unstoppable Lady, Shattering Ceiling and Surpassing Expectations. And it was led by the prestigious Mrs. Rejoice Olasi Zoto. Please, if you're a lady and you join, let me see you. Hey, I'm seeing like 5 ladies. See that the rest are not ladies. Oh, sorry. So please, when our rebranded team is having any ladies conference next year, please try and join. And to our favorite man, Mr. Happiness. So this one here is called Mr. Happiness, right? And Mr. Happiness is based in the Netherlands, but he's a Ghanaian. On the day of his passport acquisition, he came out to pop champagne and toast to we the Ghanaians that he's no longer a citizen of Ghana. And in the process of celebration, he made mention of this profound statement that Dutch passport is better than PAD in Ghana. Hey! Ghanaians talked about this thing for 2 months straight because we didn't understand. And yes, a lot of diplomats came to debunk it, and some were also in for it. But today, whether it is better or not, when it's time for the fishbone discussion, we'll look at all your hearts. Please. As we are watching this wonderful performance by the Ghanaian dance duo Afronita and Abigail. Afronita and Abigail represented Ghana at the British Got Talent, and they came out third. Like, these people, they wowed the world with their dance moves and the story they took to the British Got Talent. They also helped raise Ghana's flag on high, and we say kudos to them. To our next trending topic. So there was a day in Nigeria when a rainy Tuesday was made to look like a hot Saturday because a man called Davido, the OBO, decided to tie the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Chef Chioma Rowland. This wedding was the talk of the town. We saw lots of Nigerian statesmen and business tycoons and a lot of celebrities. A lot of his fans were so happy to see this wedding though, and it's so nice. We say kudos to them as well. To the month of July. Okay, so One Guard Stoneboy made us witness an awesome event when he bagged his bachelor's degree at Gimpa. This came as a source of inspiration to a lot of the young guys, and it said that he completed with a second class upper. Please, we can give it up for him because he did, because he has done well, especially for the BIM natives. To our next trending topic. Yes, so Ghana's favorite president, Donald Trump. Ghana's favorite president, Donald Trump, witnessed a failed assassination attempt when during one of his campaigns in Pennsylvania. Luckily for him, the bullet hit his ear. His security men came in on time. The assassin was also executed. He was rushed to the hospital and came back the following day as a conqueror he's always been. Please. Yes, and we would like to say that our hearts were full of gladness and gratitude when you all came together to support the Project 24. Like, whatever you are seeing here is as a result of your big heart. So we want to say thank you. God richly bless you all. Our guests. Oh.
Yes. Come. So, Project 24, we want to proudly announce that this PA system we are using today is the PA system we promised to buy, and indeed we bought it. Then the lights there, the lights at the back and some there are the lights we bought from and this, no, not this microphone, the happy, yes, is the microphone we bought from Project 24. So yes, we said we wanted to buy a PA system and lights for this event. You came through for us, we bought it, and we want to say thank you once again. Thank you so much.
To August on the road, from our in-bus discussions, on-site discussions led by Elder Prince Obrieboa, Honorable Alfred Kufu, CEO of Cocoa Benz, to our games, the food, to the memory capturing, the sightseeing. Like, these were all the things we experienced at Goma Wonderland when we joined Rendolf and Friends for the circle on the road. If you weren't able to join the circle on the road, this one there, I'll not say I'm sorry because maybe something happened. So I'll not say I'm sorry, but next year, the circle is also bringing something on board. But all I can say is start saving. Just start saving. Yes. Now to you are, please, if you know that your goat is Cristiano Ronaldo, let me see your hands. Hey! Hey! All the subscribers of Cristiano Ronaldo, let me see your hands. Oh, Musa. Messi. Aish! Okay. Okay, so your goats, Cristiano Ronaldo, broke the internet when he decided to launch his YouTube account called UR. Yes, and it is reported that UR hit 1 million subscribers in 47 minutes. And in less than 3 days, he had hit 3 million subscribers. Now UR has over 72 million subscribers. And he is still urging you all to subscribe. Like, he used 3 days to conquer someone's lifetime achievement. This is influence, man. Yes. And UR consists of his personal life, his family life, his career life, his brand collaboration. So if you're a fan of him, you can subscribe and also get to know more about him. So the month of September. Okay, so from what you can see here, all I'll have to say is we listen and we don't. Thank you very much. To the month of October. Our mother, who promised that Ghana was was told, we were told that she lost her life after battling with some short illness, and she was supposed to be the number 3 on our ballot paper this year, but unfortunately, no couldn't, no. So, to our next trending topic. Do I have any mobile here? Hey, I said mobile and I'm seeing ladies. Do I have any mobile here? Okay, so mobile exclaimed, God is a mobile, when they found out that they are winning their 3rd trophy after 10 years. Oh, my bro. And we also witnessed another host and win in the Central region for the NSMQ 2024. And we want to say congratulations to all mobiles here. Hey, even here is their affiliate. So congratulations to all their liar. Then to the month of November. Okay. So I present to you, please, I present to you Baltazar Ibong Egonga. So this man was the former head of the National Agency of Financial Investigation in Equatorial Guinea. He is a man with 1 wife. He has 6 children, but he has over 300 sex partners. How did we find out? His over 300 sex videos of his got leaked when he was being investigated for some money laundering activities. And this man really made our November very, very, very interesting. Yes. To our next trending topic. Oh, at last, Ghana's favorite president won the U.S. presidential elections once more. Oh, this man has really suffered. Yes, it said that he won 312 states, whilst Kamala also, whilst Kamala also won 226 states. Like, Donald Trump broke all records to win this presidential election. And I know that Ghanaians are so happy. Even though I don't know what his victory will do to we the Ghanaians, but yeah, we say kudos to him. So okay, so Ghanaians were so angry to see the president of Ghana, or the outgoing president of Ghana, unveil his own statue. And the reason for this monument was that he was being commended for his initiatives in the Western region. But the people in Western regions were saying that they've not seen anything. Yes, and so some are saying it should be taken down. Some too are saying that he deserves it. He's done a lot for Ghana, so it should still be there. But whatever happens, we get to know. To the month of December. Oh, okay. Okay, so still in November, All fans of Abattoir, can I see your hands? Oh, yes. Yes. So the death of our very own daddy, also known as Baba Gbenro, was broken to us. It said that he suffered a prolonged liver disease, and that caused his death. We say, may his soul rest in perfect peace. He really made us enjoy Abattoir. And how many of us prayed after his confessions on Abattoir? How many of us? Hey, none of us prayed after his fight. Oh, yes, in the month of December. Se conquer. At long last, Ghana has spoken, and JDM still remains the conqueror. Yes, he came, he saw, and he conquered. He won the election of Ghana. And to our next trending issue, yes, our own mama, Professor Jenana Ajimai, has made another history. She's already known to be the first female vice chancellor in Ghana, and also the first female running mate of Ghana. And very soon, on the 7th of January, she's going to be known as the first female vice president of Ghana. Like, this woman, she really came to show Ghanaians that she's there. Then to the last one, the El Clasico of elections. How many of us were eager to see the results of these elections? Yes, and we all saw what happened. Yes. So finally we've come to an end, and I would want to say thanks so much. I know that most of your trends were not captured here. That's fine. You can still sit down and be reminiscing, but I want you to sit down and relax and enjoy the rest of the program. See you in 2025. I'm Rebecca. Could you do a CV?
You didn't add your TV station. Reporting from where? Ready to pair? In Sembo. Wow. So this is like a flashback globally, nationally, and I want you to take some time to do a flashback for yourself, like on your own lives. For you, maybe you did not win an election, but you won someone's heart. Anyone like that? Hey. For some of us, we thank God we didn't lose our lives, but some of us lost some friends, right? Sad flashbacks. Some of us did not launch any YouTube account, but we launched our own business. Is anyone like that here? Some of us did not break any record, but we got our hearts broken. Oh. So that will lead us to the next session where we do like a retrospective, like retrospection, right? You want to like look into your own lives, look into like, this is like, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is like about how many kilometers away? You don't want to do a flashback on his life when you have your own life to think about. So we will call on one arrival man so that will lead us to arrive this time around.
Thank you. Hello. When they were saying we should do some pickup lines, I wrote mine down. I think there is someone here. Forever is so much a long time, but I think it would just be fine if we do it together. And yeah. And I think you and I is proof that together and forever were intentionally written to rhyme together. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Today's retrospective session is two-way because I'm asked to talk about the challenge of complacency, and at the same time, I want us to go over the year. Once again, I want to honor Mommy, Duncan, and then Bishop, and Mommy and Daddy who will be introduced very soon. Thank you. And I think we should put our hands together for Rain and Friends, Rendolf and Friends. I was telling my brother Paul when Rebecca was doing the presentation that whenever you go to a program, for me, when things like that are going on, I'm always looking beyond the screen. And I'm asking myself, who took the time? Because I sometimes do programs, it makes me go beyond the screen to ask myself, who downloaded all those videos? Who sat down to put all of them together? But when you are just watching, it's just moving like that. But be for anything that is working, there is a worker. And for all that we are doing, Rendolf and friends have done well. I think they deserve another one. Yes. So we just want to go over our year. I'm just going to let us go over a little, and then we come into the subject that I've been asked to tackle. So the year 2024, it has been an amazing year. I remember last year when we were here, we asked 20. I think 2023 is one of the worst years for ready to pay participants, because almost everyone was saying 2023 was tight. We've come back to 2024, and we've come to 2024, and 2024 is ending. For you, how was the year? How was the year? Are there some aspirations you had? Did you set some goals? Which of them bounced? Which of them is doing well? And why do you think you made progress and all of that? Who is beginning with me? Yes, please, let's have a microphone around for me. How was your year 2024? Yes. So that we just get to know ourselves, you can help us with your name. Yes. Sound. All right, the year 2024.
All right, so I think 2024 in itself has been a good year. Plans were made, some were achieved, some were not.
Okay.
And even plans that were not made but beneficial came up, and I believe I was able to tackle. So the year does not seem a failure. It's a year that feels like things were actually achieved for me.
One major thing, at the age of 80, if we're looking back at 2024, you'll be very proud of.
Yes.
Will you want to share it?
All right. I was part of a great podcast that is in the works.
Wow.
And so it's something that I look back on, and I'm already grateful for.
Wow. Let's put our hands together for him. When he said the podcast, somebody started clapping. I said, this one is a great one. Any other person? Yeah, it's 2024. All right.
Okay, so my name is Benjamin.
Okay. Mr. Ben.
The first half of the year, everything went according to plan.
Okay.
But in the second half of the year, I got an opportunity with an international firm.
Oh, wow.
And because of the pressure, when I close from work, I can't do anything than to wait for another time to go to work. So the second half, I couldn't do much. And then as a result, many of my plans I couldn't achieve the second half.
Wow.
But in the first half, I did well.
What was the specific reason why you couldn't attain the last one?
Okay. Due to the different time zones.
Okay.
In Ghana, it's a night work. But then in CA, it's a day work.
Wow.
So when I close, I have to sleep.
Okay, so you were working in Ghana and working internationally as well. Is that the case?
No.
You do daytime Ghana, 9 time?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of the different time zone. When I close, I have to sleep. Because if I go to work and then I sleep, I have an issue.
Okay.
So I couldn't do anything within the day.
Wow.
Than to wait for another time to go to work.
Wow.
So the second half, I couldn't do anything. But then the first half, I did very well.
Fantastic. The last one. Let me pick the last one. Oh, let's put our hands together for our brother. Okay, let's come here. Yes. There is a hand here.
Hello. My name is Jesse.
Okay.
For 2024, the good part of 2024 was that I was chasing the contract from 2023.
Wow.
So we started somewhere in September, back and forth. The deal was that and the other good part was that in April, we followed another contract and we got it. This is a contract with a government agency, ECG. Yes. And I think this year I've networked a lot.
Wow.
Yes, and then I'm not like I'm networking with big people, and so what I've learned is that when we talk about networking, people feel that we always have to network with the CEOs and all that.
Wow. Oh,
yes, because those are the people that I actually dealt with.
Wow.
So it was kind of interesting, and it's like I was working with, let me say, people who were artisans. Yeah, so I had to come to their level to understand them, and you see at this, like, I was learning a lot, and I was with great people. That's to me. The downside was that when I entered the year, I promised myself that every month I'll read one book.
Okay.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to March, and then that was the end of it. Yes. So the reason was that I'll even put it a reason. So because of this new contract that we won, it meant that I had to be on site for a very long time. Sometimes I come home at like 10 p.m. And then my relaxing time is before, in 2023, it was around 7 to 9 there. So that was when I used to read. Yeah. But it felt like, Charlie, the thing wasn't. It was, yeah.
You can't eat your cake and have a contract.
Yeah. So I gave up. I promised myself that in 2025,
great,
we will come back strong. Amen.
Oh, let's show him some love. Amazing. Can anyone? Okay, let's come here. Let's come to Karen. Yes, Dr. Karen. Yes, thank you.
I'm also grateful for 2024 because it was a year that has been anticipated for 6 years. Yes. I had anticipated 2024 for 6 years, and it finally came to pass.
Wow.
Yes, so it has been a very nice year. Though the beginning part of it, my school wanted to step on my head and crush it, but I crushed their head in Jesus' name.
Yes. Let's show her some love. 6 years is not easy. Yes, 6 years is not easy. And seeing some people that you entered into, a lot of the people you entered into the institution with leave. See some people came to meet you, leave before you finally leave. Oh, let's do it better for her. All right, I want somebody here who want to share with us. If you are to look back, you think if you were given 2024, you would do far better than you have done now. And you tell us the reason why. If you were given 2024, blank slate, start again. You are going to do better, and the reason why you think you will have done better. Yes, we are gradually entering into our subject. Is there anybody here? Oh, so if we are giving 2024, none of us will do anything better. Okay, let me see. If you think you are giving 2024 again, let me see your hand up. There is no going any place. Or you think you'll be part of the people who sing that means that you believe that you can do something better, or something didn't go well, or something. Can anybody share something like that with us? Do we have a hand here? All right, please help me with Pat.
Please, my name is Patricia.
So before Pat speaks, what I'm trying to say is probably you learned something by November that if you knew in August will have been better. So the question is just supposed to, it's also a way of telling us that you have also grown in the course of the year. All right, so let's pick it up.
Okay, so for me, it has something to do with my profession. So in 23, I had a chance to finish my national service, and for some few people who know, I was with one of the big 4 auditing firms, and I had to leave, and it was a very big one for me. So from the ending of 23 to January 24, I was really praying that God would make a way. So indeed, the Lord made a way, and I had an opportunity to be with another firm, also good and all that. But the role that I had, so the role I had was the role I applied for. So let me come clean. So the role I had was the role I applied for. But this lies the case that I had to do something in addition to the role I'd applied for. And I wasn't really doing much of that particular role. So specifically, I'm a transfer pricing associate with a tax firm. And I was doing all of general tax. And from someone with a finance background who have done transfer pricing for a whole year, and you going into a firm and then you are being asked to do general tax other than your specialization, it was a big one. I'll go for meetings, they will be speaking all the technical jargons, I will not understand. At times I'll feel like crying, I'll go to the washroom, I'll cry and all that. Like me who sweat and uncle for me who share so then I think one of our partners saw me. He saw I was really down because he knows I'm a very cheerful person. And then he asked, then I said, Daddy, then he took me through from time to time. Once in a while, he would just come like a technical session. He just asks you this from the act. Okay, so if a client has come, how will you go about it? And like joke, there was a time I couldn't even put a memo together, right, for a tax advice. And to the glory of God, I said that just before we went on break, I put a whole memo for one of our topmost clients all by myself. And when I was done, my senior just looked at the work that I did, and then he was like he didn't change anything. And he said, Patricia, you have really improved.
Wow.
So if there's anything I thank God for was the fact that I stepped into a role and I was doing other things, but I'm aligned. So I'm really proud of myself. And for that,
let's do it
I
better
thank
for
God.
her. The fact that she was open to something new. Wow, that's fantastic. Because there are some of us, the reason why we remain where we are is that we are afraid. We are afraid to step a little beyond what we already know. And that is part of complacency. See, it's as if she knows that we are moving gradually into the thing. Yes, and there are so many people, they are just comfort. But if you want to be comfortable in that area, one of the things I love about Jesus is the fact that he never entertained comfort. I remember one time he did a lot of miracles, went to Simon Peter's mother-in-law's house. She had high fever, she prayed for her, and she's well. And all the people in Capernaum ran to the guy. I think Luke chapter 4. And they ran to the guy that, oh, stay here, don't go anywhere. We are going to give you all this big place. Make your headquarters here. And it was one of the greatest temptations. But he said, no. There is much for me to do. So sometimes I think that's a great lesson I'm personally picking. No, if probably you went to school to do this, you are in the field, and every time you are complaining and all of that, but meanwhile you know there are other things there that you can learn. It can be a tip for you as you enter the next year. All right, so let's come to complacency. When we say somebody is complacent, what do you think? When we say somebody is complacent, or what is complacency? Complacency. Oh, who is helping us? Complacency. Yeah, I see a wonderful face here. There is somebody here who wants to talk. When we say somebody is complacent, Mommy says living an unchallenged life. Wow. To be complacent is to be living an unchallenged life. Please write down that one for me. When I'm doing revised, I'll add it to. Yeah. Wow, fantastic. Any other? Yes, please.
Thank you. My name is Eben.
Okay, Eben.
So for me, I think it is being in a particular state where you have the capacity or ability to move to another higher level, but because you are so much comfortable in that level, you decide to remain there.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. A state where you have the capacity to move on, but by reason of the comfort you are enjoying, you fail. Even when you still have the capacity to go on. And it is from that thing that my book was titled Mr. Arrival. And people have been calling me Mr. Arrival. Meanwhile, I'm the arch enemy of Mr. Arrival. Mr. Arrival is a big enemy. Somebody I am announcing that people should run away from. The man who visits your garden, and by the time you realize he has decimated all your potentials. he has crushed everything that you could be known for. That is the man called Mr. Arrival, or who is also known as complacency. So complacency, when you have a sense of calm satisfaction with the status quo, and you don't want to press on ahead for anything. And there are so many people, I believe even the year 2024, the reason why somebody probably couldn't do much, and that was why I was asking, how many of us think that we live far below our potential? If you were given 2024 again, think about it. Do you think you could have done more, that thing that you did? Don't you think you could have gone beyond it? And the reason why most of us never grow beyond that is because we are complacent. And I think, okay, let me have my copy here. Let me show it. Yes. So in the book, Mr. Arrival, I have introduced this man as a very, very dangerous man. He exists because of a tendency in all of us. And what's the tendency in all of us, Karen? All of us wants to be celebrated. Yeah, everybody here. Whether you want the approval of people, yours may not be human beings, but you want the approval of God. You want God to be able to say, up. Who plays that is that? Because if that is not there, Rendolf and friends will not do this. Rendolf and friends have put this together because there is that longing to feel fulfilled. They want to matter in life, and they want to be able to say that, Master, what you put inside me, I really used it. And all of us have it. So sometimes in our lives we set apart moment to celebrate our journey. So sometimes you hear people doing jubilee, silver anniversary, birthdays. Some people even go to the extent of doing photo shoots, and sometimes they circulate it all around that we should share for them. Yes, it's just a way of saying that I think I've come a little bit far, and that's good. The only problem is that man called complacency, he always shows up during times like that. And today he will show up in this meeting. For everybody who have the opportunity to express themselves on this stage, Mr. Arrival will visit you before you go home. It's my theory. Because once you stand here, somebody will come and tell, today you blew the thing. Yes. And Mr. Arrival always finds himself shyly working within those people that you trust the most. What does Mr. Arrival do? He comes with a sinister agenda. As all the other people are celebrating you, his intent is not really to make you feel good. His intent is to so much massage you that you begin to think, I have arrived. And that is where he will begin to crush your potentials. That's where he will begin to make you a shame candidate. He will come like a playmate, but by the time he's done with you, you realize that your distraction was his fault. I want us to discuss, why do you think many people become complacent in their journey? Having understood that, why do you think many people become complacent? We may not narrate too much to the coming year, but generally in life, and if you know this, I think some of us may not remain that national icon we want to be. God will help us to be able to go global. So I want to just ask, why do you think people become complacent in life? Who is beginning with us? Yes. Let's begin with Ren.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons would be benchmarking. Benchmarking. You know, when people graduate school and say, in my family, or I'm the first PhD holder from my village, you know, and they say, if I tell you how far the Lord has brought me, my whole village, you know, so if you are the first, then maybe until there is another, you have arrived, because then there is no one ahead of you. So when you look within your space and you benchmark and you realize that, oh, maybe what I'm doing, there is no one like me. Or maybe you are, and you can confirm that this choir, I am better than everyone. As soon as they drop the song, they know I'll be the one who will sing. You know, that comparison, that benchmarking, as soon as you compare and you have that satisfaction that, yeah, I have arrived, then you become complacent because now the target to hit again. You've gotten to the ceiling. And I think this is one of the reasons we become complacent in the things we do.
Oh, let's show him some love now. Yes, and there are so many of us. I think benchmarking can also be referred to as comparing yourselves with others. And Paul said they comparing themselves with one another are not wise. In other words, when you compare yourself with another person, and I do greatly on that subject in this book, when you compare yourself with other people, because we are all different people. We are all unique. When a bishop was speaking, he used the parable of the talent. And the parable said that the master gave to them according to their own. Now, imagine this. There are 3 people. One have been given 5, 2, 1. If you look at the way the master rewarded them, he was expecting that at least they should double it, right? Based on it. So he was expecting the 5 to bring what? At least 10, 4, and then probably 2. Now imagine that they are working with it, and then the one who have 5 says that I've gotten 3 more. Go and consider the one who you have only 1. Even though numerically having 3 is better than you having 1, but you know that he has failed, right? Oh, hello. Oh, my mathematics didn't work. The one with 5 is expected to bring another 5. But if he gets 3 and he's not careful, he will think he is doing better than the one who have just gotten 1. But in reality, they are different, and the expectations on them are different. And that is the way it is. If in the family you are the only one who so far has become a PhD holder, probably you are the 5. Probably you are the 5, and there is more to be done. And that is why sometimes using results especially when we come to those in ministry, they will say, look at this man of God. He has maybe large temple. You have 100 members. You are talking against that man. Sometimes it's very funny. Probably in God's side, the one with the 100 is that one who has been able to increase it to 100. And the one with the big one has not even reached where God is expecting them to be. So it doesn't make sense when we compare ourselves one with another. And if we really want to do very, very well in life, we must avoid ever comparing ourselves with. I usually tell people the common way to know we are different is every day. Anytime you go to the bank, they let you know that with your fingerprint. Anytime we go to vote, they are just reminding you that, Master, you are different. Your journey is different. So don't let us compare ourselves with one another. Any other person? Yes, let's come here.
Please, I am Araba.
Araba.
I think when Bishop was speaking, he mentioned that we need to know how God sees us in order to know our worth so that we can forge ahead. The moment you don't know where God would want you to be or where God would have you to be, when you go just a step, you are okay. Because you don't know that God would want you to go that further. I think when you were talking, you mentioned about Luke 4. When they asked Jesus to stay there, he knew what God would want him to be. If he had stayed there, the impact wouldn't have been great. I don't think he would have been saved. So he forged ahead. So not knowing where God would want you be would make you become complacent. Thank you.
Wow, let's put our hands together. Wow. Wow, powerful. In chapter 4 of this book, where I begin the section 2 of the book, talking about the weapons you can use against the walls of complacency. One of the weapons, the first weapon I talked about, is the shield of self-awareness. That you must become you should know you by who God says you are. For example, I think if you know that God is the one at work in you, when will you become relaxed that it is okay? Hello? Hello? What is the name of God? The all-potent God. Omnipotent, that's the meaning. All-potent God, or all-potential God. Meaning that nothing ends in him. So if he is the one really operating you and you are that aware of it, then you are not going to And for many of us, let me chip this in and then we close. For many of us, apart from comparing ourselves with one another, we compare ourselves with societal marks or expectation. There are things if you do, society will think you've done very well, true or false. And that is the reason why many of us will become complacent. And for those of you, those who have followed the Mr. Arrival train, I usually use this example that in Ghana, somebody will start preparing wache as a child whilst you are going to school. The woman prepares wache. You will go to class 1 to class 6, the woman will be using the same pot. Class 6 to JHS 3, the same pot. JHS 3 to SHS 3, the same pot. And you are wondering, when KFC has become a global, there is no brand in Ghana like food, all our nice food. I don't even think there is one that is yet an African brand. And it's because our culture makes us think that it's okay. I visited a businesswoman and we were talking. She said, I've been able to do I think it's okay. She thinks it's okay. I have what I will eat and I will drink. It's okay. Do you remember somebody in the Bible who said that and Jesus killed him that day? Jesus didn't kill him. He said, come back home. Because he said, I have what I will eat and drink. Now I will rest and relax. He said, oh, okay. Then you don't need life again. Join me in heaven. As we are going into the next year and as we are moving ahead in life, we must be very careful of these things. If you don't want to become a victim of Mr. Arrival, be somebody who is truly humble, ever learning. Just about, I think last week, my pastor we were having officers retreat. And my pastor gave one of the elders, my presiding elder, to preach on the topic, complacency in leadership. And practically, he was making from his slides and everything he was making references, a lot of references from Mr. Arrival. So, and he was saying that it was from Mr. Arrival because the people knew about it. And I was busily making notes. So the one sitting by my side said, but the thing that you are still writing, he's quoting it from your own book. And I said, if I don't write, I become a victim of the same person I'm warning people against. May we stay against Mr. Arrival. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, questions. And the answers will also come from us. Yes, there is a question here, please.
My name is Na.
Yes, Na.
Please, there is this question I've been asking myself before I got in here. Is fairness, is it the same as equality?
Okay.
Like being fair? But I got here not long before you finish your speaking, but I think I got an answer, but I don't know if that is the right answer.
Okay, so say the answer.
Okay, so fairness cannot be compared to equality.
Okay.
I was having the scenario that maybe 3 people wants to see beyond a wall, and one is 3 feet tall, the other is 2, and the other is 6.
Yeah.
And they are all given 1 brick to stand on it. Do you think all of them will see beyond the wall?
No.
So I got my answer.
Yes. Wow. So let's put our hands together for her. I think it was from the example of the parable of the talents. Yes. So it means that our abilities are different, and the one who gave them to you will judge them according to what he gave you. So stay in your lane. Take inspiration from others, but stay in your lane. The last question, and then we go. The last question, and then we go. All right, the last one is here.
Thank you. I'm Abigail. So I would like to find out the balance between being complacent and being content with what you have. Thank you.
Let's put that. I don't want to answer that question. Yes, but there is a whole work on that here. I want you to answer for me. What's the difference between contentment and complacency? Yeah, the line is very thin. It's a very important question. We are asked to be content, and at the same time, we are asked not to be complacent. So how do we not enter the other one? Yes.
Contentment, being content, is not if I get more, I don't like. Being content is if I don't get more, I don't mind. When you are content with what you have, it's not that this, what I have, I don't want more. That is not being content. Being content is what I have. If I don't get an additional one, I don't mind. So that being content is that you have great appreciation of what you have. Being content means that you won't, out of envy, try to get more. Because if you don't get more, you don't mind. But it is not if you don't get, you don't want more. So contentment must still have wanting. Only that your want must be balanced off with not being bothered so much that now your wanting becomes out of limit. So contentment is, yes, I like what I have. I'm happy about it. If I don't get more, I don't mind. But it is not, I don't want more. I don't want more. No. So I give you an example. You know, the ordinary, mediocre, especially those that balances it off with scripture things that, why must you have 2 cars? If you think about it, you must be content, you know. You have 1 car. Why must you have 2 cars? That is not contentment. When you get 10 cars, take it, because maybe I'll come and ask for one and travel with it. But when you have your 1 car, you shouldn't be so bothered. Oh, I need to get a second car. I need to get it. You are bothered and you're having sleepless night. No, it means that you are not content. So being content means that what I have, I like it. If I get more, I like. But if I don't get more, I don't mind.
Wow. Let's put our hands together. Perfectly answered. I have nothing more. I just forgot this. Ren wants me to do this. I brought just, I think, 10 copies, and already there's some people have gone to take about 5 of them away. So we still have like 5 copies. I didn't bring much copies because in the coming year, we had the launch of it in Takrade, and we'll be having the Accra launch. And I hope once you are within our circle, you'll be there. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. You see, what I've been through this year, when I start to do retrospection, it's like I feel some pains at the back of my head, at the back of my back, and at the back of my leg. So, Dr. Karen, can you tell me what condition am I going through?
After going through all this retrospection and your symptoms, I think you are suffering from uncus musicitis.
Uncus
musicitis.
Musicitis.
Yeah, this is a condition where the temporal part of your brain is craving music, soothing music.
Music.
Yes,
So
but it's not getting it. So it's telling your body that you have to get soothing music. So Steve, it's uncus musicitis. So those of you who are suffering from Steve's condition, ladies and gentlemen, I have a remedy for you, and that remedy is going to come from Kofi Sax. He is going to give us a saxophone ministration. Oh, give it up to him.
too.
I must be killing it in my diagnosis and prescription. Charlie. Yeah. Someone is saying my prescription was right. Oh, let's give it up to Kofi Sachs. Yes, so someone told give me his symptoms. I gave him a prescription, and I have to check in to see whether he is feeling okay from his symptoms. So yes, Steve is not here with us, but I will correspond with him wherever he is. He's going to give us how he's feeling and the atmosphere wherever he is. So hello, Steve.
Yeah, hello, doctor.
How are you doing now?
Oh, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well.
Wow, that's nice. So what's the weather at your location?
Oh, trust me, I'm feeling so well internally and externally. I've gotten so well that even the atmosphere around me has changed.
Wow.
So right now I'm live at the southern hemisphere of Ready to Pair.
Okay.
And you see, it is beginning to get emotionally cloudy here. It is raining love and affection. And for the rest of the day, there will be showers of parents. Over to you, Karen.
Wow. Steve, are you sure you are in Ghana?
Oh, I didn't tell you.
That's your weather, dear.
Emotional jackpot. Emotional
Oh,
jackpot.
I
Yeah.
get you now. I wish I were you, Charlie, because ladies and gentlemen, if you're like me or any other person who may want or may not want to jackpot, please, this session is for you. We are going to have a fishbone discussion whether should we all jackpot. Yes. And to lead us in this session, the fishbone discussion will be our very own PB Oben. Give it up to him.
Yeah, I think we should celebrate our MCs for Ready to Pair 2024. Charlie, like, creative of worry, Charlie, you brought all the creativity on board, Charlie. You are too much. Charlie, you do all. If you are enjoying Ready to Pair so far, I just want you to give a resounding applause to the organizers. Sincerely speaking. I'm enjoying, you know, during the video I said back in the days the socialization bit used to be my favorite. But the program has become so good that I really don't have a favorite. But I am going to find it very interesting how this conversation is going to come out, because where Steve is sitting right now, I'm out for feelings. I shall say, the ways they were out of the country by now. Let me tell you a story. So about a month ago, about a month or two ago, I was in Kumasi. I had just moved to Kumasi and I was looking for accommodation. So there was one of my former colleagues, the company I used to work with. He was in Kumasi. So I called him that, Charlie, I'm in Kumasi. I'm looking for a place to stay. And he said, at the moment, I'm not around. So you do your rounds. Later, you call me. So I even forgot about him. 2 weeks later, I decided that, oh, Charlie Adam, still accommodation. My should be me. Now, how far can you help us? Poor way, dear, one can in them. Me no say me what Germany sees ya can and dra. Come in me room now. Oh, and it was true. He sent me pictures to confirm it. He was in his hoodie with, I think he was going to do his master or something with students. He was riding bicycle, and I was like, wow, that's fantastic. And then a few days later, I was speaking with a friend, and then I told this friend that, I said, there was this childhood friend of mine. You know, when you are kids, they used to tease you with someone, a lady. I mean, this I think I was 7 years or something, so she was my childhood girlfriend. She was our pastor's daughter. They used to tease her with me, and I was happy, and she was also happy, you know, that kind of thing. And then I was like, hey, my missing kachu. And the friend I was discussing sent me a picture. When he sent the picture, she was in UK. I said, last week, I know, Obedu UK. And so at a point, I was like, Charlie, all my friends are leaving. So you see, when it comes to this issue of whether we should all leave or we should stay, there are two people. There are people who believe that their Ghana are not there. And remember last year, our discussion was around the economy, how the economy had been, and then how people survived through the economy. So I believe that this year is a continuation of that conversation. With the way the economy is going, should we leave or we should continue to stay? And so there are two people. There are people who believe that for them, and there are others, for them, there's their song, there's the anthem. I want to play the anthem for you. are in that, who are those in that category? They believe that even when it is not easy, they will be here. And like they are convinced that even if an opportunity presents themselves to them, like free visa, everything for them, they are convinced that maybe this one. I was speaking with one of them. Me, I believe I'll make it in Ghana. So there are two people in those categories, and I don't know how the conversation will go, but oh dear.
We want to say that we have some of our friends who have jackpot on a special chat room with us, having this conversation. So the media people should help us. Let's project them. I want to know from them whether they think we should all jackpot. Want us to watch back for them. So please let's see how we get them into our
We should go back from them while they enjoy over there. But we'll find out from them. So this, last year, when I realized that people were not talking, I called the people that I knew. This time to be the opposite. It's a unimse minimum. Because I am a fro. Yeah, wow, I've seen some old face with Charlie. Charles, it's been a while. Yeah, so the floor is open. What do you think we should do? Looking at how the nation is going, what should I send your mind? Try anything. Young Krana and Tna. Obia man is as well. Obia Baku, so. Okay. All
right. So, for my category, I think we should go and come. Yes, we should go and come. So we'll go and collect the money and come. Yeah. So we want to stay here, but we'll go and collect the money and come. That is what I think. Why should we go and come? Because the kind of things some of us want to do, the money to do it is not here. The resources, we are not getting them here. Even if we stay here for 1,000 years, it will not come. But we we know. Yes, but we have some of us have also surveyed the other lands, and we can see that when we go there for a few years, we can. When we go there for a few years, we can get what we are looking for and come back here to do exploits. Yes, so that is what I think.
All right. That's an interesting. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, our people are there. I can see Fidelis. I can see. Oh, that's nice. Charlie. Someone should tell my senior brother to join. He has also left me. They should tell him to join. I think when we came, I met a guy, George. He said he wanted to talk. You are here.
I think you saw me, but it is well. All right. So I believe that there are so many situations that bring this thing to mind. When you find yourself in a place where it looks like nothing is working within the country, the next thought is, one of these opti countries, we now enjoy kakra. Let me go and see how it works, because the notion is that if it's not working here, it must work, but not here. So the best option is to say a movie. And another thing that also comes to mind when I think about this whole jackpot conversation is about the issue of resources. It's also a resource matter. If you have the means, Charlie, I feel like everyone will be on that plane going there. Now the issue is, will we return? Will you return? So the jackpot issue is not even so much as to the jackpot in itself. It's about the jackpot. Will you come back? Do you want to paja?
That's also an interesting idea. But by the way, do you know that there are people in this same Ghana that you are suffering in, that they are very comfortable? Yes. Very comfortable. Comfortable, maybe I want to ask, but I say like so you see, sometimes there are some people that they are not moved at all, they are not perturbed at all. Lydia say mission is space and uncle. So what do you also think? I think there's one. Mommy.
Hallelujah. To jackpot or not to jackpot? from what the doctor said, okay, I think a profession like the doctor, maybe she would need more exposure, because sometimes it's frustrating when you know you can save a life, but then the accoutrement, it's not even available, and you see a patient die. My daughter is working with, let's say, and some deaths are very needless, you know. So for a dream like that, I would agree to that, okay. So to Jakpa again or not to Jakpa, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Everywhere belongs to God. And as God leads you, you know, it's all a matter of God leading you. I very much remember in '84 when I finished my national service, I really wanted to. You weren't born, some of you weren't born. I finished national service in '84, and I really wanted to travel. Okay, I really wanted to Jakpa. So Jakpa has been from long, yeah. It's not now, you know. But it didn't happen at the time I wanted to. Eventually, when it did happen, I thank God it happened the time it happened. Okay, because I realized that I couldn't have survived. So it was like, it was a holiday more or less. And I thank God the time I went. So let us open our minds. Let us keep praying. Let us keep our antennas, that is to say, reception to the Holy Spirit very much rife and alive. You know, he would take you there when he wants to take you there. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Amen.
Powerful. Thank you so much, Mommy. Okay, so there's a hand over there. I'll come to that hand, but we want to go to those who have already left us. We want to ask them, should we join them or we should stay here? Fidelis is laughing. Okay, all right. So, Fidelis, please unmute yourself and talk to us. Yeah, let's do it to you. Okay, please unmute. I think he has unmuted. Is there a way of us hearing him? Come again. All right. Okay. So, those of us online, please, we are trying to work out on us hearing you. But yes, sir. Please talk to us. Okay. So after his delivery, what I want you to speak to when you take the microphone to speak is, tell us why you would want to leave and then why you would want to stay. Do you get it? Why do you think that for you, I want to leave? And then if you are staying, tell us why you want to stay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Before Mommy spoke, you were talking about there are some people in Ghana that are okay. But we just spoke of complacency. Maybe they are being complacent. So for me, once I can go for more out there, why be complacent here? Thank you.
Oh, what's the answer? All right. That's also a very good viewpoint. All right. So let's hear from, let's hear from.
Okay, so for me, whether or not to go or to stay. So with my background, being in health, disease control and all, sometimes I believe that there is this knowledge gap that I lack, and I may get it there. So traveling outside comes to mind when I think about going back to school, going to further. But I have to come back, because I also have this belief that if I don't do it, who will? Yeah, because I also have family here. If all the public health officers in Ghana decide to go, then who will sit back and take care of the rest? So I will go, get the knowledge, come back and work, or go there for the holidays, go and enjoy and come back again, because I believe in Ghana I have my peace of mind. It may be a misconception on my part, but for me that is what I believe, that I have this freedom in Ghana, I have this peace in Ghana. Going over there, I'll be stressed. Yeah.
Oh, but I'm just kidding. But it's a very good It's a very good reason why he wants to go. The knowledge gap is important. I saw a hand here. Let the hand speak. Okay. All right, please. Fidelis, try speaking to us and let's see if we will hear you. Hello, Fidelis. Please try speaking to us and let's see if we will hear you. Okay, he's actually speaking. We can't. Okay. All right, John. John, please try speaking and let's see if we can hear you. Okay, all right. So we still have a challenge hearing them, but we will definitely hear from them. And if possible, if it persists, we will let them type their whatever they want to say, like briefly in the comment section, and then we will read it. All right. So I think, yes, I wanted the microphone to come here. I saw a hand over here. Then, Steve, from there, we'll go to Dexis.
All right. I think I once asked myself if the dollar to CD is 1 CD. Will I still go? As in, mostly when I have most of my colleagues outside, and when one time I was trying to compare the salary range, and at times when you do the calculation, usually those who want to go and work outside, when you convert those pounds and euros and cedis dollar into cedis, you realize that it's probably less than 5% of your current salary in Ghana. And so largely you can see that it's the exchange rate that is determining, to a very large extent, those who are jackpotting. Some of them are not even destined to go there. You see, so personally, I believe it's more of purpose. Aside all the other things, we are all wanting to go out there because something is not working here. So if we all decide to go there, are we? Who is going to fix the things we are running away from? There's a verse in Acts chapter 26, verse 17, I think. It talks about God determining beforehand everywhere where you should live, where you should be born and all that. Yeah, we are not saying that don't japa. But if you really do not have a purpose or a reason for you going there, maybe for schooling or for probably going to work there, your service is needed there, I think let's all stay and make Ghana work. Let's all stay and make Ghana work. Also, is the standard of living there. At times, you look at the standard of living, and it's way high as compared to ICE. And cost of living here is very, very high. It's very, very high. So at the economic aspect, I think these are the determinants. But still, let's stay back and let's make Ghana work. Finally, I want to wrap up by saying that, people of God, personally, if I really want to japa, there was a time I asked myself, when Russia and Ukraine were fighting, if I'm giving a visa to Ukraine, will I still go? I don't know your answer, but really, we have other things, other social factors we should consider. That is very important. Ghana, we are experiencing so much freedom, so much security, job security, national security, and all that, peace and all that. I think we should appreciate, like Dick Elder explained. We should be content, even as we want more. We have all this, and let's make Ghana work. Amen.
Amen. Charlie. Thank you for that submission. Let's make Ghana work. All right. So please, we want to take submission from those abroad. So Fidelis, you can shoot. Should we come or we should stay back?
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay. So personally for me, I think I've been from where I've rather left with a visa to Russia, whether he's going to stay or he's going to leave. I'm currently in Israel, and I left Ghana 2 months after Hamas attacked Israel. And I got admission when schools were closed down, the war was escalating, there were attacks all over. I've been here for almost a year, and there's been large scale attacks and all that. But as I was leaving Ghana, I had one mindset that I am going and I'm going to come back. And that is one mindset I left Ghana with. Because the goal was leaving was to go acquire knowledge and come back. So it's not just about living. The reason is very important why you choose to live. And for me, it was one reason that I chose to live was, as I already said, was because of the knowledge. I started my master's in Ghana. The delays were so much. I kept on back and forth, and it was something. Getting money, getting funding, it was difficult getting certain things. So leaving was much easier for me to leave, come back and help the system. So I believe so much in leaving and coming back to help the system. And the other thing is why I chose the place I came to was the fact that in Israel, I'm a Christian. Aside getting to know more about my academic field in the health sciences, I also get to learn more about religion. And right from childhood, I had this burning desire I would end up in Middle East one day, whether for mission purpose, that's a story for another day. But I knew deep down right from junior high school, I would end up in the Middle East. When I got the admission, I was like, wow, well, maybe let's go. Then giving out the process and all that to control. How I got my visa and left Ghana was so personally for me, I decided to do that. Go, come back and help Ghana if we need to. If not, then let all of us stay in Ghana and Ghana can become better. That's my view. Thank you.
Clap for him. You should clap for him. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. John was with us at the circle. John, what is your submission? Yeah, should we join you there or we should stay back? Please go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Walker, please go ahead. John, please, you are muted. He's muted. All right, John, please go ahead. We can hear you now. I think we should hear you.
Go ahead. We can hear you now. Okay. All right.
Hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
John, for me, I can hear you, but I don't know about.
Oh.
John, please go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you, so please go ahead. Oh.
Okay, I think they can hear me. Is that... Hello, Minta, can you hear me?
Actually, our microphone. Yes, yes, please, John. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually send them my message to know if they can hear you.
Okay. Okay, they said I should talk, they can hear.
Okay.
All right, so regarding that, let them know. I also wanted to share my opinion as to whether we should back or we shouldn't. Well, I think that first of all, it's a personal decision for everyone. But I also felt like some people are really living because some people are also living because of peer pressure. Before I was traveling and come here, I had opportunity to work. The organization I was working with in Ghana, our director is from the US. So she worked several years here before she came to establish the company in Ghana. So we can just apply directly from Ghana and get a job and come here to work. That opportunity was there, but that was not my plan to travel. My plan was to come here and come and do a PhD. And there was a particular program I wanted in a particular school. I gained admission to Harvard to do a master's program, but I decided not to go because that was not what I want. I don't go because I had a particular purpose in mind that I wanted to achieve. So, don't be pressure that people are leaving, you also have to leave. And meaning, probably on my baha, and they are really stranded. Because they finish school, they're not getting a job to do, they're not really doing what they want to do. Or one day you return to Ghana and build the country you want. The home you want, because they will be man to although you have a nice picture after you like it.
All right.
No, that is
See.
Yeah, so that is the thought I also want. Nobody should be pressured that my friends are leaving. What God has for you, maybe your purpose, you're going to make it on YouTube or Navrungo or somewhere. That is where you put your destiny, that's where you put your money. So that is it. But when the opportunity comes for you, travel.
Sure. Inti, yes. One day, let's clap for him. So when the opportunity comes, then you be too kind, but one day we should all come and then make Ghana better. All right, so I don't know if there's anyone else. Ebenezer, I don't know if Excel wants to add up. I don't know if Excel wants to add to whatever his other colleagues have said, but if not, I think we should continue. Yeah.
Hello. There's something I want to say, and it's